going down the street one day and I saw two people recording for a news channel, and the thing that fascinated me the most was that they were recording the whole thing on their smartphone, like professional. I remember the mic had a logo on it called BBC, and they were recording it on a smartphone. So that moment, that moment, like, totally shook me, like, got me really hard. Like, that's what the world has come to. I'm recording this video to journalize, basically video journal it, the last month before the exam that in my experience I have feared the most. I don't know why. This is not such a big deal as compared to the other ones that I had, but I guess it's just this misconception that has gone into my mind that this is big, so I'm really trying to pull it off, right? So it's been it's just around 1 month left before the first paper, and I'm not gonna be lying to myself, because this is a self-documentary. I'm around 50%, yes, and this time this is exceptional. Okay, this time I'm aiming at 50% of the entire 100% score. I have never aimed this low in my entire life. I have always aimed around 80%, and I've got 75% all the time. Like, that's the average if you take all my marks. And this time I'm aiming at 50%, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna pass it out. Like, what? That's crazy, right? So I think the factor that's in work here is that this misconception of this being the hardest course there is. It's not, I know, but at least it's on the top 5, and that kind of notches things up a little bit, heating it up, right? So this is not a video where I'll tell you what to do and what not to do. You already know that, and this goes for every student. General every student. You shouldn't listen to those people who tell you what you should do in the last month, because you know where you should put your time, right? They don't know that. It's a personalized thing to do. But if you're one of those people who do these things in the last moment, I would suggest to put in everything you have from this day forward. It's not late. It's not even late yet. You can pass this. You can really get it done, even if you start from this day. And take my word, I started like 15 days ago. Okay, I know I shouldn't be expecting I can fail, but I'm pretty confident. At least you can get that confident if you start to this day, because at the end of the day, the CA is the semi-private thing, and the passing percentage really depends. It really doesn't depend on you. It's based on the number of people that have applied and the number of people they want to be out for the intermediate level. So there's that factor. Now there's one thing I wanted to mention in this video. One of my friends reminded me like 10 days ago that if you want to get 80% of the result, you have to work 20% for that. And if you want to get that extra 20, the last 20%, you have to work 80% for that, right? So for 80% you have to work 20%, and for 20% of the marks you have to work 80%. Why is that? And it actually works. I have seen this thing working in real life. You can also check it, cross-reference it for yourself on the basis of your personal experiences. So if you're one of those students who got 90%, you know what I'm talking about, because getting 75% is like really easy. For for a month of practice you can get that 75% from the examiner, but if you want to get 90, you have to really work your ass off, like four times the effort that you have to put for 75%. And you can compare it with students who got 75, because yes, they were like really having fun the entire year, and then at the end they started working out for like a month on their studies, and they got 75 out of them, like that. And if you are one of those students who got 70, 60, around that, you know that the people who got, the students, the co-students, the classmates that you had, who got 90 plus or 85, 90, these kind of marks, 99, they worked their ass off to get that marks, and you know that. Okay, you were having fun and they were working. They had to comply with a really serious work ethic, and that's, I think, is the 80-20 rule. So basically in chartered accountancy course, it's not about getting that 90. As a general, in general, it's about passing that paper and getting to that next level, right? So yes, I mean in CBSE and up to class 12 and different boards, you have to get that marks to get a better college. But in CA, the whole rank thing is basically, I guess, at least in the foundation and the intermediate level, it's like for self-appraisal. You can use that, but it has no practical value. Plus, if you want to do something else with your time, if you want to just space it around, then I suggest you go full work ethic style to get that 90 or that rank, as a matter of fact. So yeah, another thing that I want to mention in this vlog is that I'm getting a mixed feeling here, because I'm around 50% or maybe 60 to 65% of my syllabus, and you know, when it comes to CA, the questions are the level of questions, because this is a professional course, the level of questions gets really high. Like, there are questions at the end of the book that you can solve, and there are some questions that you just can't touch because you can't even start. You don't even know how to approach them. And sometimes you get those questions in the paper. It's basically most of the time, and that's why I'm pretty scared. I don't want to scare you off. You'll pass it with proper practice of around 1.5 months or so, and the whole. I think the factor that is really important at play here is the stress and the fear that really sets place in your mind. You don't want that, because that's when you start really getting stressed out, right? Take enough sleep, because that's how it works. You don't want to just get that one paper done and then just throw the other one. Someone told me that. This is not a personal thing. I don't really care about it. So if it works for you, try it. If it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. So yeah. One more thing. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is personal or some other people also do it. But when it comes to this close, having your exam, I personally start doing this stuff. You know, this vlogging and then this productivity thing, this really creativity thing sets place in my mind, and I am like, okay, instead of learning, instead of cramming the whole subject, why don't you do something productive? Right? That's like kind of my mind, my subconscious mind tries to escape that forced knowledge or forced syllabus or something that I don't want to do. And if it happens to you as well, let me know in the comment section. If I have to record my true emotions right now, I would say at 1 second I'm like, yes, I'll pass this, I'm confident. And then at the second second, when I see this question in the box, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm doomed. I'm basically. So I've never given, because you see, I have never given even once. I would have had a much clearer approach to this, much clearer emotions if I had given paper at least once. But since I haven't, and all I have in my mind are these, you know, theories from different people, from different backgrounds, that tell you that what CA is, even though they don't have to, they shouldn't, I think. And I think one of the drawbacks of getting into CA is that you will get scared out in the foundation levels. I mean, yes, at the final you can get scared out, but in the foundation levels you should take it easy, I think. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't given a paper yet, but how hard can it be, right? That's the question that gets in. That's the question that arises in our mind. and then there's these answers that come out from different people, like it's hard, you can't even do it, you can't even try in the first attempt. Whew, I'm pretty excited to be frank. I'm excited, I'm scared. These mixed emotions are really pumping me up. I've had like the most productive week of the entire month, and that's good actually. Yeah, one of the positive things I got out of this whole thing is that all of a sudden started being more productive because I was really under stress, and if that becomes a habit, I'm glad I took paper. If that happens, if I got this habit of becoming more productive than I used to, because at this point I know a lot of you have the same feeling. At this point, like around a month left to your paper, what you want to do is what things that you have planned for the future is that once the paper is over, you're going to be the most productive in your life, right? And I really don't want to say it, but I have that same feeling. I actually have it every single time. I don't know what happens after the exam. Can one of you be a really good friend and remind me after 18th or 19th of remember that to watch this video again? I would really appreciate it if you do that. So best of luck for your exams, because I know everyone's exam is getting really close. And yes, you're gonna ace it, don't worry about it. It's just a paper. Don't stress out, I guess. I was stressed out, but then I thought, what's the point, right? It's not gonna change anything at all. And by saying don't stress out, I'm not implying that go out there, have fun, and don't study at all and you'll pass out. No. Give importance to study, but don't bang your head on the book if you have to. No, don't do that. Get 50%, that's enough. That's much better than getting 90% with killing basically yourself for the entire month, right? That's what I think is the most important. And thanks for watching the video. So yeah, best of luck, best of hard work, I used to say, I guess, sometimes. Yes, so hard work really pays off. Work ethic is important, remember. And peace out.